All right, so we are back with the second part of tonight, the second round of qualifiers. This time with Western weapons. We're a little bit behind schedule, but I'm pretty sure we can catch up. And for the Western part of the tournament, we have a lot of players actually. 13. So we have to keep it moving. We have to keep it fast. So I would really like to ask everybody in this competition, try as much as possible to respond to the call outs to get the fights going. Um, Quickly, so for this qualifier, you are allowed to use Isabella, Zera, Marie, Marta, Connor, Kalkstein, or Tarnowski. So 7 characters, fewer than in the eastern side, but more varied in terms of weapons. And immediately after this tournament, I'm going to post another link, which will be for the final tournament. The final tournament, everybody's invited in the final tournament, so anybody can compete. But the starting point of that tournament and the characters that you're going to be able to use are going to be directly influenced by the performances that you have in the qualifiers. But everybody's invited and everybody has a chance. That being said, the final tournament is actually going to be quite short, an hour at best. So this one is probably going to be longer than that. Okay, so let's get right into it. We have some returning players here. Pico says that he's free to compete. Um, Eve has returned, so he's going to be making his debut after a long break. So he's going to be fighting in this one. Can't wait to see him. I hope I'm not going to fight him in the first round, as it always happens. Because even after a long time, I'm pretty sure he's still deadly. I just need to confirm something with Ezekiel here because he had some problems and he has signed up for this event as well, so I need to know if he can compete. Just give me 2 more minutes and then after that we're ready to go. I'm not getting any response from him. You know what? I'm gonna leave him in, and maybe somebody's gonna get a buy, or maybe somebody's going to join a little bit later, and we can replace him with Ezekiel. So, just gonna
All
quickly,
right, I'm back.
yeah, welcome back. Let's have a look at the participants. 13 in number, might be 12, depends on what Ezekiel does. So, we got Info, me, Subu Piper, Ezekiel, Jihadi, Edders, Pico, coming back after a very long meeting. Um, Oak, Zero, Roderick, Chernobyl, and last but definitely not least, Eve coming back after a long time. So let's shuffle it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And again, remember, you might be fighting multiple times in a row just to keep things going. So yeah, let's see the bracket. Okay, so Zero versus Ezekiel, but Ezekiel is not gonna be. I mean, he's not answering yes, so we're going to Skip that one. Then we got Subu versus Edders. Then Info versus Jihadi. Again, they're going to be fighting. Eve versus Roderick. A very interesting return match for Eve. He's going to be facing Pico if he wins. And then we got Piper versus me. And the winner of that fight is going to face Oak. So I'm going to be fighting Oak again if I win this fight. So yeah, we got a lot of work. So let's get it going. Until I get an answer from Ezekiel, or at least until we get done with the first round, we're gonna keep that fight on hold. The Zero might get the win automatically. So let's go straight to Subu versus Edders. This time, you guys fought in the other one as well, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not.
I thought Chernobyl.
No.
I don't
Because
think I
he
fought
fought
him.
Chernobyl, he lost, and then you fought Chernobyl. Yeah, almost.
Oh, yeah.
Almost fought. But this time it's going to be interesting because Adders is going to use his main, which is Isabella, and we'll see which character you are going to pick. Something tells me that I'm going to be pretty surprised, but we'll see.
Okay.
Here's your link as well. Let me just add you in. So Subu versus Adders. Adders impressed everybody in the last tournament, and I think for him it would be quite important to get the top 3 spot here. We'll see. Subu's ready. Adders is ready. 6 flags, best of 1. Good luck. Yeah, Isabella mirror match. Subu used to main Isabella, and I'm pretty sure he can play her quite competitively. And I think Adders might be surprised because Subu has a very distinct style with Isabella, so he needs to be ready for it. Oh, nice thrust there from Adders, right over his arm. One. Oh, nice thrust there. Perfectly timed. And most likely, Edders tried to do something there. That's why he got caught. As I said, with that thrust going down, it's a little bit of a sweet spot. Oh, again. A double. Nice thrust again there by Subu. He looks like he knows exactly how to place that thrust because every time he throws it, it does not meet the guard. Nice exchanges there. Isabella has a pretty tough time of hitting her mirror counterpart, and that makes some of these... oh, nice thrust to the face. Makes these duels, these mirrors actually quite exciting to watch at times because of the blade dance. Adders is so far... oh, a dash in. I think he's making Subutai's game because Subu is throwing a lot of attacks to get a reaction out of Edders, and Edders is falling for those. Oh, but this one with a nice counter. As I said, Subu's Isabella is not to be underestimated. We're talking about years of experience, years of playing with her. So that doesn't go away very easily. High guard there. combo. Oh, Posta Vivena there. Double. Oh, beautiful sidestep there from Subu. Perfectly timed. 5-2. His style is also a little bit old school, so I love to see. Posta there. Yeah, Subu's playing this really well. Edders is not playing bad himself, but I think he's the pressure of this fight is getting to him. He got a flag there. He needs to earn 3 more. But this is a double elimination tournament, so even if he loses this one, he's not eliminated, and I'm pretty sure he could beat some guys in the lower bracket as well. Oh, Subu getting tired there, and now Edders is closing the distance, and it doesn't look that impossible right now. Needs 2 more. Try to push out of range. Subu does not punish it. Really a nice fight. Oh, tired a little bit there. Double. Oh, thrust. Oh, the thrust follow up there from Subu, and he gets caught, and looks like there's going to be a pretty interesting comeback here from Edders. I was writing him off. 1 flag away, and he has the morale advantage. Subu needs to be careful here. I have to say, even though Subu lost his ability to... Oh, and it's a high guard, then Edders wins. What a comeback. What a comeback. 6-5. Congratulations. It happens to the best of us.
GG.
Yeah. Had a pretty good advantage there. What do you think it went wrong there with the last flags? Sorry for putting you on the spotlight here.
I think he was reading my attacks better. And so, like, especially if the high guard, like, he was able to defend against my thrust better. And there were a lot of times, too, where we were doubling a lot. Like, we would throw the thrust at the same time. So his reactions were really quick from the get-go. So I think better reads on his part were what decided it.
Yeah. It was a very close fight anyway, and in 6 flags, anything can happen.
Yep.
That was kind of the purpose of these qualifiers as well, just giving people the opportunity to come back. But yeah, hopefully we're going to see this fight again. Maybe in this event, maybe in the next one. But you're not eliminated yet, so you're still in the lower bracket. Just a little bit of bad luck there. Info now is already ready to fight. Jihadi is going to be her dance partner. We'll see what character he's going to pick. I'm also quite part of me says that maybe try some other characters as well, but I also don't want to, you know, just play around and lose my ability to use Isabella in the final tournament. So yeah, I don't know. So Info taking left side, Jihadi taking right side. Info might definitely go Marta or Marie here. Yeah, I had expected Marta. And Jihadi's going Connor, so we're seeing Connor for the first time here. Hopefully we're going to see all the characters. I think Tarnavski's probably the oddball here, but Roderick might very well pick him. And I think if Eve goes Kalk, Kalk versus Tarna would be quite interesting to see. But something that you probably
Thanks, Hector.
yeah you probably don't know is that Roderick is a pretty decent Zera. He has played him, forced by the circumstances to play Zera in some events, and he has done surprisingly well with him. So who knows? You're going to see that. Now let's focus on this one. What do you think about this matchup? Martha versus Connor. Pretty odd.
Yeah, definitely odd. I haven't seen a lot of it. Martha's definitely got a more nimble point. I think Connor's actually not the best character for closing people with because his follow-ups after the push, for example, or even just off of a dash are not the best. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It might come down to a stabbing match. His shield might help in theory, but sometimes I find stuff slips in with Connor that you don't expect. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I wanted to ask you something. Recently, I have this weird fascination of with a spear and small shield combo. Was there any type of unit in that
Mm.
time period that used this type of combination?
I don't think there really was in Europe. I've heard of that type of thing being done in like Africa,
Mm-hmm.
a sort of small shield and a stick and a spear, that type of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think it was particularly common.
I think a character like that in a game like this would definitely be an end boss. The
Yeah.
shield with the spear, I think it would be so difficult to defeat.
Oh yeah, a bigger shield. Yeah, would be even worse. Yeah. Yeah, by this time they were mostly using like pikes, halberds, if using a polearm. So not a lot of that in this time period, but it would still be tough.
Nice
Yeah.
thrust to the face. Yeah, the spear and shield thing is mostly something reminiscent of more ancient times. The
Yeah.
Macedonian phalangite comes to mind with the sarissa and the small shield, which was
Yeah.
quite an
Yeah, they're
effective tactic. Yeah.
definitely. And they're interesting because they're kind of pikemen and spear and shieldmen at the same time because they kind of held it with both hands, but they had the shield out, so it's kind of cool.
Beautiful thrust there from Jihadi as well. 2-2. Quite an even fight so far. Um, Also, a lot of people probably don't know about the Romans as well. The earlier Republican Romans, they were using the before the gladius, they were using the hasta, which
Hmm.
is a short spear. So they were using the shield and the short spear, and it was quite effective. 3-2.
Yeah, 100%.
Beautiful, beautiful blade beat. I think Martha is probably the closest thing that we have to a spear in this game.
Yeah, just the speed of the stabs and the reach, and yeah. I'll tell you what, a two-handed spear would be pretty dangerous too, because that's very nimble
Yeah.
and hits with a lot of power.
Yeah, I've seen some modern HEMA practitioners using spears, and man, it's just not like you see in video games or again the same cuts to the head.
Yeah,
It's not like you see in video games. You're just like poking and poking. It's just a lot of technique using the spear, and if somebody knows exactly what they're doing, it's just very difficult to defeat them when they're using the spear.
yeah. Yeah, they've done all those like experiments, like which is better, sword or spear. It's not that the sword can't win, but the
Yeah.
spear seems to win
Yeah, the sword
most of the
is
time.
more popular, but the spear was actually the most. Oh, and again, Jihadi's coming back here, scored the fourth flag. The spear is, historically speaking, probably the most effective weapon in history. It was cheap too,
Yeah,
as well. Cheap to
yeah.
manufacture, you could mass produce it. Connor is coming back here after a good start from Info, and he's one flag away from winning this.
Spears actually predate Homo sapiens by a little bit too. So they found wooden spears that are like ridiculously old, so
Yeah.
very ancient weapon.
It's just kind of natural, you know. You think, how can I attack this animal from?
Hmm.
And it's also quite interesting that most ancient units also use the spear, like they used it as a melee weapon, but also as a throwing weapon as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the fight. 5-5 here. Sorry, very
Yeah, I
close
feel kind
fight.
of bad. This fight's probably been pretty intense for both of them, and we're just talking about ancient units and spears and stuff, but
Yeah, it
oh well.
happens sometimes.
Yeah. Some hits there from Marta, but no kill.
Oh, oh my God! It was
Nice.
like on a street, like on the back alley
Like
street,
getting
just
shanked, yeah.
shanking. Yeah, just shanking
Some
him
some place in London,
in
yeah.
London. Yeah, I was about to say that. 6-5. Well played there from Jihadi though. He's not eliminated. He will be playing a little bit later, but that was a very close fight. Very nice. All right, so the much anticipated return of Eve. He's going to be facing an old foe in Roderick here, and I think it's going to be a pretty interesting match. I know Eve hasn't competed in a long time, but I think he's going to be just as sharp as ever. Here we go.
Yeah, they were used by humans, you're right, Oak. But like we have some that date to like the 400,000 years ago. So that's like Neanderthals. I think Heidelbergensis is the other one that Homo sapiens come from. So yeah, very ancient. It's pretty remarkable we even have spears surviving from that far in the past. It's only under specific conditions.
Yeah, I actually really hope that Kubold, after he finishes with everything with the story, just adds a couple of characters that are lore accurate to the era, but also maybe using some
Hmm.
weapons that would be considered, stronger, like some boss fights, maybe adding
Yeah.
them as a single player experience, and in PvP as well. It would be quite interested to, to make these type of matches, see, if you
Hmm.
can hang against. An overpowered character.
Yeah. And if you have a handful of them, you can just do an event with great weapons slash pole arms, and it'd be a lot of fun, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Because I said it before, Kubol's idea of balance is that if I create this type of character that has some sort of advantage towards other characters, I need to create another one that could counter it. It's the same philosophy that he had with Marina. Like created Marina, some people complained about her, having this sort of advantage. Said, okay, I'm gonna create a character that can match her, which is Connor. So
Hmm.
I wouldn't mind if. Oh, he needs to log in probably. Need to get my password. Yeah, it has been playing this some time. You know what? We're gonna do another fight, so we won't lose time. And then when Eve comes back, we can do that. So next fight is gonna be Piper versus me. Piper doing great in the previous tournament, and he actually snatched Tao's ability to use the 9 characters from the Eastern weapons because Tao told us that he won't be able to compete. So it's only fair to give to the next guy this ability. Here we go. I don't even know who Piper would pick in this category, to be honest, because I'm quite used to him.
Isabella or Marta, I
Oh
would
yeah,
say.
Marta. Yeah, I forgot that he plays Marta.
Yeah, probably Marta, actually, now that I think about it. That's a more recent
Yeah,
fun pick that he does, so.
he has been using her without being constrained by the rules, so it's quite a possibility. But we'll see. Maybe he wants to try a different character. Who knows? He's on the left. Piper on the left. I'm on the right. You know what? I'm gonna go with no nonsense. Campaign.
Nice stab. Yeah, I'd say Isabella has the advantage, but a careless Isabella can certainly lose here. So Venator's going to be looking to play solid. And actually, that push thrust is pretty strong from Marta. Even as an attack, which is interesting. And we know Piper likes pushing, so he's definitely happy to make use of that move. Good. Yeah, Venator knows what he needs to do there. Just get that blade out of the way and close in. And that back Y actually lands. That's a very good way of countering someone who wants to just close you down. You're cut taking the hand off, but that's a double. Nice. Oh, the thrust and then a follow-up too. Although Marta was already dead there. Very vicious from Venator. And taking the hand off again, taking a slight hit. But
GG's.
taking the hand off.
GG's. Piper will be fighting in the lower bracket. Who knows? He might get another legendary run as he had in the first event. Is Eve ready? Do we have any other fights to play?
I guess mine against Jihadi, since we're in the losers round 1.
Yeah. I'm good to go. Okay. Yeah, let's do that
Okay,
one.
cool.
Eve Roderick, I think this is gonna be a hard fight for both. Roderick didn't do too bad in the first one. It was up there. Yeah, 6 flags, best of 1. Most likely we're gonna see Kalkstein versus Tarnavsky, but who knows? Maybe some last minute picks. These two are known for being a little bit more versatile and picking different characters. But I don't see too many solid options here for Eve. Kalkstein probably the best. Isabella as well. He played Isabella for a long time. Eve takes left side. Roderick takes right side.
Calc there.
Oh,
Zera.
and I told you.
Ooh.
I told you that he might go for that Zera. And I'm telling you, he's very dangerous with him. He's very dangerous. Chernobyl, does anyone have tips as Marta versus Easy? I actually think Marta could be quite dangerous for Isabella if played right. First kill there for Eve.
Yeah.
If played
Yeah,
right.
Marta can take anybody on if played right, to
Yeah.
be honest. Unlike Marie, who, I mean, I guess you could theoretically win with Marie, but the amount of
Yeah.
effort you gotta put in compared to Marta is
Yeah.
just so high.
Yeah, I think Marta with good skill and good strategy could win against Isabella, but Marie definitely needs extra luck. Oh, beautiful side
Wow,
step.
nice from Eve. You wouldn't know he's been retired for so long with how he played there.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Rust. Yeah, Kalk with the extra damage is a little bit more competent, so Eve is taking advantage of that here. Fainting. If Eve wins this
yeah,
one, we might see him in a Kalk showdown against Pico, and I think that's going to be pretty interesting.
yeah. I think Roderick's lack of experiences there is kind of showing a little bit.
Yeah, and he's a little bit hesitant. Oh, and he gets caught again
Yeah,
for... Oh, and the sword just... Yeah.
gosh. Calc is so stylish, especially with those upcuts. And he's doing well with that snap, too. Yeah, Eve just has his number at this point.
Eve looks
Roderick's gotta
just
change
as
it up.
good as last year. Oh, a cut there.
Ooh.
Does not land. Oh, I thought that the Zera's going to get that one, but Kalk's strike was stronger. Oh, and a two-piece
Oh,
combo.
so fast.
Flawless
Nice.
victory here for Eve. That was a lot more dominant than I expected. A good start here for Eve, and he's going to be facing Pico a little bit later. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight. Right, so Ezekiel hasn't answered, so that's safe to say that he's not going to compete, which means that we're going to give Zero the win, and he's going to be fighting right now against Chernobyl. And after that, we're going to continue with the matchups from the winners bracket, which is Adders versus Info, Pico versus Eve, and then Oak versus me. So Zero. I think Zero might go Calc. I think he went Calc last time.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely seems like a good pick.
And Chernobyl, maybe I think Marta. Because he was asking about her. And I think, I remember from last time, I think he was playing Marta. Marta versus Calc is very interesting. I would favor Marta in that fight. I know she has a couple of good options against him. I have to retire. Retire as in from the tournament? Zero. Yeah, so there's a final tournament as well coming after this one, so everybody's free to compete. And who knows, maybe the wheel is going to be quite merciful in some... yeah, so Zero on the left, Chernobyl on the right. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, the matchup that I anticipated.
Big cuts there. Nice. Okay, Chernobyl doing well so far. Got some advice, not for calc per se, but some of it applies. Because Zero is going to be looking to beat that blade. That more nimble rapier is definitely helping Chernobyl. Some cuts there actually from Chernobyl showing that Marta can also throw some. Certainly to beat the blade especially. And Zero, I think he's looking to set up a slash, but the range just isn't there. He's got to find a way to close. That was a good try, but unfortunately that combo doesn't reach very far. Still a good try.
Yeah, I'm back. Looks like Chernobyl has taken good advantage of 3 flags.
Yeah. Trying to dip low there. Keeping range. That's what you gotta do.
Oh,
Nice from Zero though.
Perfect range.
Yeah, Zero has to be careful with those cuts out of measure. I get what he's trying to do, but they might open you up. Ooh.
Yeah, solid effort for Chernobyl so far. Oh, and again.
Oh.
Just the tip.
And yeah, and what Zero did there is he did a back X without thinking, because against most characters that's a very safe move. But Marta's got a longer sword, so she was able to tag his arm. Oh, winning Cortada for style points.
Yeah, very tough. Very tough matchup for Kalk, I think. And Chernobyl played it really well, and Chernobyl's going to move to the next round. And Zero is going to be fighting in the lower bracket, where he's going to face Piper again in the lower bracket. But, we're gonna do the lower bracket a little bit later after these main bracket fights, because we want to keep it going then in the lower bracket with the 3 flags. Edders is fighting Info now. So both of them barely managed to get a win in the first round. And I actually remember Edders versus Info in the last tournament, and I remember it was a pretty close fight or something like that between them. Most likely we're gonna see Marta here from Info. Marta, very popular pick recently, and also given the limitation of this tournament, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to use her. Who's on the left Adders? Oh, okay. So waiting for Ethers. I think it's gonna be a difficult fight for both of them. Marta can really frustrate Isabella.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I said that this is a pretty balanced matchup is because it's mostly a ranged fight. Because Isabella has actually a pretty hard time of getting close and landing cuts. So most of the fight is going to be a ranged fight, and it depends who can manage to control the range better. But on paper, Isabella does have the advantage because of the cuts and the power. thrust. Eder's going with the lower thrust, which leaves him exposed. But got a double there.
Eder's trying to beat the blade down. Gotta be careful of neutral sometimes. Trying to beat it that way. Info is definitely more confident with her defense than Chernobyl. High guard cut. Good hit to the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just pretty
Going low
dynamic.
guard. Yeah. And he's not afraid of going low guard, even with the threat of a point to the face, because he's ready with a response from there. Oh, nice. Yeah, that counters the high guard really well, actually, because it covers the head. Good stab to the arm. Info very chill right now.
High guard attack lands there. Oh.
Good hit.
Yeah, Edders is doing a very
Edgar's
good
probably
job of just
panicking.
throwing these odd cuts and getting
Nice.
getting them in. And that's a good thing that he's
Yeah,
not
that was a perfect
overly
angle.
patient. Oh, he's caught there. 2-2.
Nice try there. Trying to stab over, doesn't quite connect.
Oh,
Nice.
caught the arm.
Just marching forward with high guard. Thrust attempted and it lands. Wow.
Very nice follow up after not killing with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one actually landed on the torso, but it looked visually on the head.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think would have killed.
Enter's maybe a bit flummoxed by that sudden aggression. He's kind of taking a moment to reassess.
Actually not, because the scrape damage is 11 for Rapier, so even with the extra damage they still don't get to 20, which is the head threshold. So yeah, it might have been a head attack.
Oh, just goes in.
Yeah. The right approach. If you're afraid against Rapiers, then they might play this card. Oh, nice one.
Nice.
5-3. Only needs one more. He's in the same situation he was against you, so he needs to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Learn from that.
Tiger cut. Ooh. Maybe could have followed it up, but it's tough to say with Marto sometimes. So I don't blame him for backing away. Fishing for a stab.
Yeah, Info has lost a little bit here, but gets, as soon as I say that, gets a very nice Inquartada there. Oh, try to push there a little
marched
bit
forward.
yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, the blade ate a piece of that cut. So, getting stylish. There's scary. He definitely is. There's no question.
He's very close of, getting a little bit of karma. Oh, and it's exactly what happens. The same thing that happened to him against you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Info with the comeback. And I said it, like he needs to be careful that thing does not happen to him, but it did. I think I kind of jinxed it. But yeah, Edders will be competing in the lower bracket, so he still has a chance. Info and Chernobyl are already in round 3, so that's going to be interesting. But very likely to be a Martha mirror. Now, we're going to get Eve versus Pico. Pico also very eager to fight, as he has been dragged in a meeting for a long time. And who knows? We might see a Calc mirror, or I think from Pico we might expect Connor or Martha or Zero. Who knows? So many characters that he can play, and especially I think the western side is. I think Pico is actually one of the few players that plays more characters in this side of the qualifiers than in the other one, because he plays all of them. Eve, Pico. Here we go. Eve is ready. Pico is ready. Eve on the left, Pico on the right. Pico with his wild picks, we'll see. Okay. Eve going for Isabella. Pico going for Connor. A very interesting match. We'll see who comes on top. I can definitely see arguments from both sides on winning this. I would give a slight edge to Isabella, though.
Yeah, Isabella needs to make the best use of her reach and brute force, I think. If you strike the right places, you'll bash through that shield. Or past the shield.
Yeah. She has a couple of
and she definitely has reach too.
Yeah, against him, but it's up to Pico to find them or close the distance to find them. Lands the first kill there, though. Eve is also a player that puts a lot of attacks between him and the opponent. Gets caught this time because he canceled the second. It happens to me as well. I cancel the second attack on a combo and get hit 2-1. But I was saying that Eve is usually puts attacks between him and the opponent. Gets hit with the same attack. Pico has found, as I said, one of those weaknesses. 3-1. Be back in a moment.
Okay, one more needed. Connor's doing well here. Oh, and that's a win. Nicely done from Pekkala. Yeah, Pekkala is a bit of a Connor main lately, so
looks like Pico
unsurprisingly he did very well.
To overcome, it looked like in the first flag, it looked like Eve was going to secure this, but it looks like Pico has found some ways to deal with it, and Eve will continue in the lower bracket. He still has a chance over there. Pico qualifies to round 3. And now it's me versus Oak again in the second round. And it's quite interesting because in the first tournament he played in the first round and then he met me in the second. Now it's the opposite. And I could say my second most used character, which is Jan, against his most used character, which is Laszlo. And now we might get again the opposite, which is an Isabella versus Kalkstein match. Pretty sure he's gonna go with Kalk. So we'll see how it goes. It's definitely not gonna be easy. I fought him last time, and there were some very close fights. Although again, Isabella, I think is the stronger of the two. I think Kalk. Oh, sorry, I'm on the left. Oak. I think Kalk has some key weapons against her, and if used properly, could do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Oak's been waiting for a long time, so hopefully he hasn't fallen asleep.
Good use of left foot forward, long guard. Going for the stab. Beautiful from Oak to start. No kill. And that's a dangerous stab, so Venator's probably really glad that didn't kill. That's another hit. Venator's low on stamina, low on health. He's definitely gotta make this one clean if he intends to win this flag. There you go, stabbing to cut there. And I think that's another thing I struggled with against Etters is that the new combo after the thrust kind of threw me off.
Yeah,
It wasn't muscle memory the way it is with some other characters. Yeah.
It's kind of telegraphed, and it's not very useful, to be honest.
Yeah. There's a good stab from Oak. Yeah, and Etters was definitely better with it, too. With the stabbing in general. And like I said, the reads. Good try from Venator with the stab, but yeah, it's... That wiggle stab is a very good move. Big cut from Oak. Gets beat there, and Venator tries to get the stab, but Oak is quick with long guard and probably too far for it to land anyway. Because he moved back. High guard cut. That would have been good if it was closer, I think. Because it was kind of aimed at the weak, but it's sometimes tough to say. So far, a clean game from Oak. Definitely very good for his morale, too, to beat someone as good as Venator. So, very important for both of them, I would say. A lot of people probably want Oak's calc gone as well, because I'd say his Laszlo's better, but his calc is very, very formidable, too. So.
Yeah, that back X is doing work.
Yeah. Good parry. Push, but yeah, nice. Nice from Venator. That was close, though. Oak a little overzealous maybe with that push, but I don't blame him. He wants to make this end quickly, just secure that win while Venator's on the back foot, but Venator's not going to make it that easy. Push attempt, but the snap cut's right there, even if the push fails. So Venator did well to do that there. Oh, last minute there from Oak as that hand popped off. but he landed a cut right before that happened. Again, a big cut coming straight down from Oak. Thrust, and Venator's trying to beat the blade. I think he kind of got a blade beat, but he wasn't close enough to capitalize. Push, again, I think a grab would have been better, but even that's sometimes tough to say. The timing has to be picture perfect. Yeah, Oak is he was doing well earlier, very clean, but now Venator's making that comeback. And so I imagine Oak is going to be careful about throwing more of those attacks, the push. Nice exchange. Thrust from Venator. It looked like he had it there. And he keeps going, actually. That turned out to be the right call. I thought that thrust was ready to hit that body, but it didn't. But Venator still kind of sensed that his opponent lost initiative, so he kept going. No kill, but any damage on Calc is always worth it. Good parries from Venator. He might have expected that to hit, judging from his reaction. Back and forth. Oak threatening a push, but it goes for a stab. I think that's what Venator was expecting, was a push. Certainly initially. Thrust there. Yeah, they're both playing the long game, and they're doing it well. Venator's very good at this type of thing. I think the longer the fight goes, the more difficult it gets to beat Venator. Because he's got that mental game down. But, you know, to some extent, the same is true of any elite player, I would say, because any elite player can consistently keep their cool in situations like this. So it's really going to come down to who makes a major error. So far, very Hall of Fame worthy flag. Oh, the punch, but the follow-up either was delayed because of some bug, or Oak didn't follow up properly. I'm not sure which one. And the fact that Oak is doing this while injured, too, is pretty impressive, because Calc's stamina is not the best. Good parry from Oak, and it's a double. Nobody even got a flag out of that. Thrust, nicely done from Oak.
Too early.
Yeah, provoked a reaction. Long guard. And that's, oh, okay. Venator still got that kill. That cut and the thrust combo was a little questionable, I found. It has uses, but it's not always guaranteed to get that kill shot that you're looking for. Trying to sidestep Oak. Wide swing there. Probably provoking something. The Venator doesn't fall for it. High guard thrust match right there. Posta de Vena. High guard. Bit of a blade beat, I think. But Venator backs away. High guard. But yeah, that basket is very good for protecting the hand. It's not so easy to just take the hand off, as it might be of some other characters. High guard from Venator. Left foot forward from Oak. Push. Oak tries to punish it, but it's tough with Isabella sometimes to try punishing that. Oh, and there's the high guard. It lands with just enough reach. Oak a little bit on the back foot, but he regains his composure. Very tactical fight. Yeah, Eve, as Eve says, game of inches. Very good way to put it. Thrust there from Oak, but actually he took away more of his own stamina than he did Venator's in landing that hit. So, again, gotta be so careful. Sometimes landing a hit is almost a bad thing for you if it doesn't kill. I say almost, though. I think any damage here is good for Oak, but oh, Venator just, yeah, keeps going. There's two servers that we play on Konzop. There's this league server, and then there's the main one.
He's so good with that back X. He's already
Yeah.
ready to fire that one.
If you look for Hellish Quart on Discord, you should be able to find our server. It's not that hard to find. The main one.
Oh, last second he got a thrust in.
Yeah, that was huge for Oak that he got damaged, but Venator was able to come back, and Venator almost got it. Oh, the back X after that cut. Beautiful.
Well played. Well played. Great fight.
Yeah, YouTube blocks links, but if Kunzlop just looks up Hellish Quart server on Discord or something, it should pop up.
Right, so I'll be fighting a little bit later. Yeah, actually we're going into the lower bracket. And the first fight is going to be you versus Jihadi. I was looking to, and I managed to do it a couple of times, but I wasn't able to kill him with it. Which is he was throwing that attack and then immediately went into the back X, and a couple of times I caught him, but I was still too far in that range. And in the last one, I think I got a little bit impatient with the counter immediately, and then he immediately went into back X. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's Jihadi. Okay, so let me just quickly switch to 3 flags because we're gonna do a lot of fights now with 3 flags. So you're on the left, Jihadi's on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing that Oak is actually very good at is that it's so hard to one-shot him. It's always like you have to get more attacks in. Three flags here. Jihadi playing Connor. He did very well against Info, but Subu managed to sneak an attack in and then follow up with the cut. Looks like Subu sticks with Isabella also for this match. Nice snap cut. 2-0. Needs only one more. Tiger and beats the blade there actually. 3-0, quick win. Thank you very much, Jihadi. Jihadi, we're waiting for you on the final tournament that is going to be in about an hour or so. So that's the tournament that actually matters the most. Wasn't your night so far, but I'm pretty sure you can get it going. Oh, next fight is against Eve, but we're gonna do that just a little bit later. So Zero versus Piper should be the fight. Piper versus Zero actually. most likely we're gonna see another. Maybe Zero's gonna pick somebody else this time. Who knows? Most likely Piper's gonna go in Marta again. Immediately after this fight, we're gonna do Eris versus Roderick, but I'm not sure if Roderick will still compete. He said something in there, but I wasn't able to follow. Yeah, all these lower bracket fights are going to be over very quickly. And then we're going to move back to the... looking for Zero. You see in the attendance? No, he's not. He's online though. There he is. Piper takes left side, Zero takes right side. Marta Mir. Yeah, I remember back in the day, Zero was playing Marta a lot as well. And he saw a couple of people doing well, so he thought maybe it's a good idea to switch it up, especially since Marta's a little bit better now. Oh! Piper with the grab.
Oh, nice.
Second. Yeah, Piper finishes duels in second. No waiting time. Oh, 3-0 quick.
Flawless.
Yeah, Zero is still invited to the final tournament, the one that matters the most. It's gonna start in about an hour or so. Piper continues. The lower bracket. Let me see if Roderick is still in. I'm just quickly going to the bathroom until he replies. Yeah, I think Roderick is not competing anymore. So Adders gets the win. Maybe he will change his mind and compete in the last tournament. Now, the little bit of a derby. Subu versus Eve. 3 flags only. Anything can happen. and then the winner of that fight is gonna fight me. So it's a little bit of a it's getting crowded here in the lower bracket. So Subu is left side, and Eve on the right side. We'll see. I think Subu might go Isabella again. Could be an Isabella mirror, or maybe Eve will try Kalk again. Because he got a 6-0 win with Kalk, and then he switched to Isabella. Didn't go too well. So there is a chance that he might go with him here. Subu left, Eve right. Oh, it's a Kalkstein mirror. A pretty popular pick in this tournament. Kalkstein and Martha, I think, were probably the most selected characters. Haven't seen Marie or Tarnavsky so far. 3 flags only. Eve on the right, Subu on the left. Subu's Kalk is very decent as well. I've seen him use him a couple of times. And in 3 flags, anything can happen, especially at this level. They're both very wary. The lineup for the final tournament is going to be very interesting. See if choosing your character will have an advantage over players that are going to use random characters. But as I said, using a random character. Oh, a nice cut there from Eve. It's one of his deceptive cuts with Kalk. He catches people pretty often with that one. 3 flag fight though. It's gonna be a game of patience here. They're trying to bring a little bit of order into chaos. Oh, nice thrust there. Oh, Eve going with the combo and then finishes with a nice thrust to the chest after the punch. But that was a very nice sequence there from Eve. Scored the 2nd flag. Oh, and the 3rd one here. Eve wins 3-0, and Subu's at the mercy of the gods in the final tournament. He's going to see what the wheel brings to him, but given the fact that he can play most characters, I'm not sure how worried he will be. Eve moves on.
Alright, GG Eve.
Yeah, GG. So Ezekiel is not here, so I'll be fighting Eve, but not right now. We're going back to the winner's bracket. After that, again to the lowest bracket. Round 3, Chernobyl versus Info. Yeah, what do you think about the wheel in the final tournament?
It's tough to say how it'll go. I think I'm a pretty versatile player. I just hope I don't get someone that I really don't want to play. I think as long as that doesn't happen, I've still got a chance.
Yeah, but there is a slight chance, although small, there is a slight chance that you might get some characters that you play a lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, who knows? And also in the final tournament, although it's best of 1, all fights are 7 flags. So there's a lot more strategy involved there. Chernobyl versus Info, going back to the winners bracket, and after that we're gonna do Pico versus Oak. So we're switching to the Six Flags format. Oh, but did I get these two in? No. There we go. Six Flags, best of one. Chernobyl on the left. Info on the right. Martha versus Marie. So Info still does not give up on her main. And I actually think it's not a bad call. Marie struggles against everyone, but against Martha she can do quite well. I'm not sure if the modded skin of Marie is available in the game. The Vendetta mask. Piece the blade there. First flag there for Info. Oh, man, that is Info is just. You know how this is. You know that uncle that just has that old trick that just works
Mm-hmm.
every time, even though a lot of
Yeah.
people know about it. This is this one. Just goes into
Mm-hmm.
triangle and then into grab, and somehow it works most of the times. Yeah. Oh, double lunge there. Chernobyl pretty sharp with his defense. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Beat the blade.
Brutal.
Oh, second flag there for Chernobyl. Chernobyl is just a very solid player. He's not making too many mistakes. He's not overextended. He's just throwing the right
Mm-hmm.
moves. Very difficult guy to play against.
Ooh, double.
I've definitely seen that in the first final in the Eastern Weapons. I felt it was a very difficult fight, but not because he was unorthodox or awkward or anything. He was just being very solid.
Mm-hmm.
3-2. Oh,
Oh, nice try.
a double. You know what's quite interesting is that there is quite quite a chance, although I did not expect it, there is quite a chance to have completely different medalists in the two qualifiers. Oh, nice
Mm-hmm.
sidestep cut. So there is a chance that we might have three from one side and three from one side. I was willing
Mm-hmm.
to bet that at least one player or even two players will get medals in both. But yeah, so there was me, Chernobyl, and Tao. So Chernobyl is still in the winners bracket, so Chernobyl has a good chance of being one of those players. Double. In fact, if he wins this fight, yeah, if he wins this fight, he is in top three guaranteed. If he wins this fight, but he's actually quite quite far from that. Get in the line pit. Also forgot to say that at the beginning of the tournament, if you use the same um, weapon type throughout these qualifiers and you get the first place or the second place, you're also going to get weapon points
Mm.
in that particular weapon that you were using. So I'll be getting, for example, I'll be getting 2 points in Saber and Chernobyl. Ah, no, Chernobyl actually used Marina, so he's not going to get a point, unfortunately. And in the final tournament, if you get one of the first 3 spots using the same weapon, oh, nice cuts. Oh, thrust, and a cut lands. You may get some weapon points. And this is the last tournament of the season, which means immediately after this, we're going to update the rankings and the roles. And there are plenty of points to be taken today. So some of the players that have just arrived might have a chance of getting a higher role. Oh, nice thrust. Info needs to be careful here and not bottle this because she definitely has the possibility to move on. Oh, nice sidestep. A little bit short with range. Oh, gets caught again.
Oh, nice.
Chernobyl does that. Keeps his composure. I really don't like that Marie has male sounds after a recent update.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Goes with
Because she didn't have them before. So.
Oh, got a dash in. That's a good move against Martha, actually. But Chernobyl was countered it. Oh, nice
Beautiful.
one.
Possible comeback.
Yeah, 3 flags in a row. We'll see if Info can keep her composure here and land the decisive blow. Chernobyl will secure another medal. It might be the only player that does that today, which is quite impressive considering that he's a newer player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he
got it.
He got it. He got it. 6-5. Info will continue playing in the lower bracket. But Info was actually very close to a solid performance there, but Chernobyl proved to be quite difficult to defeat, as I said. But Info will be fighting in round 4 of the lower bracket, so we'll have another chance. Now a very interesting fight, Pico versus Oak. And I would be quite interested to see Broadsword versus Broadsword, but Connor has a shield as well to go with it. We'll see if Pico sticks with Connor or picks somebody else. Oak with a very good performance last round. Very solid defensively. The keyboard warriors. Pico is on the left, Oak on the right. And after that, we're gonna go to the pits. Pico left, Oak right. Yeah. Broadsword battle, but Connor is cheating because he brought a shield. We'll see how this one goes. I don't think I've seen this matchup so far.
Oh, nice. That push is dangerous.
Oak is doing a very good job with the pushes, though. Kalk is not necessarily one of the best pushers in the game. Back X. Perfectly timed. 2-0 for Oak. Oh.
Ooh, Good
Yeah,
pressure with the push.
Pico with a very good reaction though of not
Mm-hmm.
getting stabbed immediately after the push. It's quite surprising though, considering the ping that he's playing on. Oh, a slash there.
Good parry. Oh,
Gonna be right back.
no problem. Big cut from Pekola. Stab to the face. Nice from Oak. So far, pretty flawless performance. Well, as I say that, Oak gets cut right in the chest there by Pekola. I kind of cursed him a little bit. Sorry about that, Oak.
Good advantage taken here by Oak.
Yeah. He is a master of the back X. He's been very precise with it. Oh, but that stab to the body. Yeah, I literally cursed him as soon as Pekola attacked. It was funny. Out of a flawless performance.
Oh, the punch. Looks like the follow-up after the punch is quite slow. I remember in our fight as well, he punched me, but I had enough time to move back. 4-2.
Nice double. Pekola's not giving up. Oh, and he goes for it.
That's a very sneaky stab, and it's very similar to a Roman gladius stab there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blocking and stabbing at the same time.
Yeah. Push.
It's a good way to stop someone trying to rush in to push you, too.
Pico has tightened his game a little bit here. Oh, and again that
Again.
thrust. He found an attack that Puck does not defend really well. 4-4. A little bit of a comeback.
Again, that stab. This time he didn't catch the incoming stab, though, so it's a double. Big cuts from Pekola. Lands a hit. He did a third attack or something. Some of that Highlander courage, but gets pushed. It actually landed on the blade. And the game considers that a hit. Still.
Very tough to get into Oak's range.
Mm-hmm. That stab was so close to landing.
Oh, and again.
Oh! Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't land. Although that stab is pretty weak, so I think Pekola would probably have won it either way. But
5-5. Pretty important flag
I don't
here.
know.
The winner of this fight will get a guaranteed top 3 spot, which is pretty important.
Yeah. Some big attacks from Oak. And, oh, the snap cut sidestep.
And Pico snatches it last moment. Last moment he snatches it. And Pico has a guaranteed top 3 spot alongside Chernobyl. And now we got 6 players battling in the lower bracket. So let's go straight down to the pits. 3 flags. Quite interesting turn of events here in this tournament. More surprising than the other one. Here we go. First fight is gonna be me versus Eve. 3 flags, anything can happen. And after that, we're gonna do Piper versus Adders.
Be right back.
Yeah. I'm gonna be on the left side. He's going to be on the right side. We'll see who's he's going to pick. Most likely Kalk. After flawless performances so far, actually, he's 9-0 in flags with Kalk. Here we go. Yeah. 3 flags, but I think they're gonna be quite tense. Going for the same strategy as Oak. Oh, something going on. Maybe he has that thing that he used to have. Just a little bit of lag in the beginning. Oh. A little late there, the cut, but I think his recovery was a little bit too high. Oh, something going on, I think. Some lag, I believe. Okay. Aggressive play there. Close. did not expect that to land. Oh, nice. GG, very close. Game of inches, only 3 flags. Who knows what could have happened. GG, man. So Eve is going to be at the mercy of the wheel. Right. So next is Piper versus Adders. Yeah, we're actually getting very close to wrapping this up. Okay, Piper takes the left side, Adders take the right side. Piper makes a very quick fight, so we're probably not going to wait for too long here. And after that, it's going to be me versus Info. And, yeah, Marta versus Isabella. Most likely, we're going to see the same matchup in the next one. And then the winner of this fight is going to face Oak, I believe. Oh, nice one. Piper with the first flag. Oh, caught the head there, but did not kill. Beats the blade and follows up with the cut. 1-1. Double. I'd say that this tournament was felt a lot more technical and patient oriented than the first one. I think it's also very beautiful a combination there. I think it's because of the nature of these weapons, which require a lot more precision. Most of them are not that fast. Beats the blade again. Eres actually has a couple of tricks against Marta, and I like it. Let's see if, oh, Piper tried to push, got caught there, and Edders slightly edges it. 3-2, congratulations. Actually, Edders stay in. You'll be fighting Oak. Oh no, he left. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I'll be fighting Info then. Info is on the left, and I'm going to be on the right. 3 flags only, anything can happen. Info did great. And after that, we're going to do Oak versus Adders. As I said, 3 flag fight. There we go. Info was very close to a winner's bracket semi-final. Got a little bit of bad luck there in the end. We'll see if info goes with Marta or Marie. Or who knows, maybe another character, but it's unlikely. Marta. Oh, that was interesting. Nice. Nice, GG. GG, well played. Well played. Nice push. Yeah, that's what happened. So I lost Isabella. We'll see what happens in the final tournament. So I'm stuck with the Eastern weapons. Now we get Oak versus Edders. Second flag. I'm not gonna play the wheel because I already got a medal. Sorry to disappoint you. But I won't be using Isabella, and honestly, I kind of expected it to happen. A lot of people have lost their mains actually. Oak versus Edders. Here we go. Oak is on the left, Edders on the right. Three flags. Another Isabella matchup here for Oak. Already got a little bit of experience after the first one. He knows what to do here, but it's still difficult. Nice thrust. Double. Oh, nice high guard attack. Landed flush. Yeah, against these thrust-oriented characters, Isabella's best bet is to either thrust herself or to go with the high guard. Most other moves are not necessarily effective, so she's kind of forced in the same game. There we go. Oh, caught the arm there. Oh, I thought the thrust was gonna land, but the Kalk's attack was stronger. 2-1. Oh, combo there from Edders. Oak very close. Oh, the scissor out of range. 3-1. Oak wins and qualifies to the next round. And this is going to be a very interesting fight because it's going to be between, it's not going to happen right now, but it's going to be a fight between Info and Oak. And both of them hope to get that win that allows them to use their main characters. Now we're switching back to the winners bracket, and we're gonna see Chernobyl versus Pico in the semifinals. Guys, it's the same link, just use that. The winner of this fight will qualify to the grand final. And as I said, getting a gold medal also guarantees a pretty good start in the winners bracket. A lot of players will start in the lower bracket actually. Immediately after this fight, I'm going to leave the link open for about 10 minutes for everybody to join for the final tournament. That, as I said, it's not going to be too long. We're a little bit late, unfortunately, but yeah. There we go. So Chernobyl versus Pico. Did I switch it back to 6? Chernobyl on the left, Pico on the right. They're saying late. Yeah, I think it's mostly late for me. Oak. 2 a.m. tourney start, yeah. Yeah. Martha versus Connor. Nice push there, and Chernobyl gets first flag. These two right here are actually... Oh, nice. Beat the blade and then a thrust. These two right here have actually secured the possibility to play with their favorite characters in the final tournament. So they actually have quite a good advantage. Piper also secured through Tao's absence, secured the possibility to play. Oh, that was a beautiful backstep. secure the possibility to play Alex. I am the oddball here because I secured the a number of characters. None of them are actually my mains. So I'll have to settle with Saber 4-2. But there's going to be a third player here who will secure one of their mains, Info or Oak, depending on who wins. 5-2. That's a pretty good. Oh, nice. 5-3. Chernobyl might secure another final here. It's kind of crazy. He got 4th place last time in the 15-man tournament, and now he's securing 2 finals in a row. That's pretty crazy. And considering my placement in this tournament, Chernobyl was probably going to be the number 1 seed in the final tournament. So that's a huge achievement, and probably the only player who, actually no, confirmed, the only player who can use all the characters on the roster. Yeah, quite impressive. Needs one more here. Pico was able to snatch the win from Oak last time. Oh, nice. Usually that attack lands, but Pico was able to defend it. That's it. And Chernobyl secures another final, 6-4. Congratulations. You might even get the chance to take the gold. Congratulations on that. Right, so we're moving into the lower bracket. We have 2 fights there, and then the grand final, and that's it. Oak versus Info. It's gonna be now. And then the winner of that fight is going to play Pico. So Oak is taking left side, Info taking right side. Did I get him in? Just Oak.
Right back.
Yeah, welcome back. Chernobyl's in another final. He's going to be the only player that has access to the entire roster in the final tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite a feat.
Right. Oak on the left, Info on the right. Oh, did I not give them keyboard? Oh yeah. My bad. So what I can tell you right away is that so Chernobyl has access to the main bracket using all the characters. I have access to the main bracket also using the Eastern weapons. Piper also with the Eastern weapons, and Pico with the Western to the main bracket, and one of these two will also get to use the Western weapons and access directly to the main bracket. But in fact, both of them are probably in the top 6 overall, so they probably secure the main bracket spot. 2-0
Wow,
now for
nice.
Oak. Yeah, he's only one more.
Play
Oh,
beat a
that's
10,
it.
but yeah, there's the snap cut.
3. Congratulations. Info takes 4th place, but I am pretty sure. I'll have to check though, but I'm pretty sure that Info might get a spot in the winners bracket. We'll see. I have to do a little bit of math after this. Um, yeah, Pico versus Oak next, the loser bracket final. The wheel. I like it. It's a little bit of a meme with the wheel. Like when you lose early, you get to the wheel. I love it. Yeah, it might not be that bad. Might not be that bad. Pico versus Oak rematch. Pico was able to snatch the win from Oak. We'll see if Oak gets his revenge. Pico is on the left side. Oak on the right side. Did I put the correct names? Yeah. Um, Marta for Pico. Yeah, very popular choice, and I think probably the most successful character in this tournament. Probably the most wins. Chernobyl can tell us that.
Hmm. Very common matchup too. Khaled versus Martha.
We haven't seen Tarnavsky, unfortunately, and I don't think we're gonna see him. And who else we have? I think we've seen everyone. Oh, nice side step. We've seen
Yeah,
Marie, we've seen
as well, I
Isabella,
think.
we've seen Zera. Yeah, we've seen everybody, but not Tarnavsky. Double. The wheel. Welcome to the wheel, guys. Oh, beautiful.
Nice stab, wow.
1-1.
Oak
Hopefully,
looking for a chance to beat the plate down.
yeah. Hopefully, some of the players that competed in the first 2 tournaments and maybe did not get too much of they didn't get too far. Hopefully, they're gonna join the final tournament as well, because it's gonna be pretty fun. Given that we're gonna have a lot of random matches.
Mhm.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
combination.
That missed there. Managed to land the cut, but the final attack missed. Oh, but Pico gets the flag, and I think for his mental sanity, it always sucks when you don't get the flag in situations like this.
Hmm.
Oh,
Nice.
and
Oh, but
again,
gets stabbed.
a lot of attacks from
This is down
missing.
to the last.
Yeah, down to the last flag.
One stab. That's all it's gonna take. Some fainting. Oh, nice try from Pekla. Backs away when it fails.
Very tough fight here between the two.
Oh, that's it.
Commits, and Oak. This time, Oak steals the match from Pico, as Pico stole the match from him. But again, Pico gets 3rd place, which means that he gets the opportunity to use all the characters from the western side. Oak is in the grand final, and will be fighting Chernobyl right now. Chernobyl has 2 finals in his pocket, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Marta versus Kalk. Oak managed to secure the Western weapons. Kalk, because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna use somebody else in the final tournament. Yeah, Chernobyl taking the left side. Oh, no, no, no. My bad, my bad. Gotta switch back to 6. Yeah, so after this, in 10 minutes, just gonna post the link there for the final tourney. I know it's a little bit late, but that's the one that matters the most. And hopefully more people will join. Chernobyl left side, Oak right side. Yeah, Marta versus Oak versus Oak.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Use his damn Oak, your machine. And Oak obviously looking to win both of these fights here because he has to win twice. Chernobyl only needs to win once. Back to 7 flags for Oak, so that's definitely a good thing for him. Whoa. Those blocks were looking a little sketchy for Oak there. Good thing he blocked them. That's long guard for you sometimes, but it did its job. Going for the snap cut, but he got beat there. Stab attempt almost got stabbed in turn. They're both going to be playing a very tight tactical game here. And Oak knows long guard is pretty much mandatory. But there it goes. Chernobyl. Quick wiggle, then a stab. Nice from Oak, though. Threatening it with that long guard. Going for a stab, actually, not the cut. Long guard there gets broken through. Thanks to Chernobyl being very close. Blade beats, but a parry and a cut from Chernobyl. Getting lucky and blocking with the strong of the blade. That was very Saber-like, the way he did that. Or broadsword-like, you could say as well. Beautiful parry. In Cortada again as Oak moves into it. Perhaps Oak was doing something, or the angle was just such that it got through. And a cut into thrust to the head. Oak wasn't ready for it, it looks like. There was a beautiful sequence from Chernobyl. Both long guarding. Oak wants that snap cut. It's a good move, but it just doesn't reach very far compared to some of these stabs.
Alright, I'm back. Chernobyl very close to winning the tournament here. And with the points from the previous tournament and with this one, he might get a lot of points in the rankings. And 2 points in rapier. 2 points in rapier as well because he only used the rapier.
Rust. Oh, nice.
Oak is gonna get 1 point in broadsword if he gets the second place here. One more flag for Chernobyl.
Yeah, Oak has his back against the wall. Good snap cut, but no kill.
Yeah. Just putting this out there. So these are custom tournaments. So these are not major tournaments. They don't count for titles on the server. So they don't count for the first sword. The final tournament will count for that. Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful. Marta dominated this tournament. Did not expect that. And a very dominant performance from Chernobyl. And Chernobyl is a little bit of a force to be reckoned with. The only player that got medals in both tournaments wins the Western qualifiers. Oak gets second place and Pico gets third place. So all of them got possibility to use the 7 characters in this category. So a quick recap before we close the stream and start the next one, the final one. Chernobyl is the only player that is going to be able to use all the characters from the roster, and he's going to be the number 1 seed. Um, I also got a gold medal, but I can use only the Eastern weapons. Piper is also going to use only Eastern weapons, and Oak and Pico are going to use Western weapons. I'll have to quickly check to see who qualified to the top 6, because the top 6 is going to be in the winners bracket. But the players that did not get a medal will still be in the wheel. And then we have all the other players that will be competing directly in the lower bracket and on the wheel. Yeah, so a little bit of a chaos. All fights are going to be 7 flags, best of 1. But given the fact that many fights are going to be skipped um, to accommodate the format, it's not going to be too long. So remember, the top 3 are going to get prizes, and the champion will get the first sword title as well. Um, I'll keep in touch with you guys on the server, and probably, so it's past 18 right now. At 30, we're gonna start the final tournament. I will post the link, so whoever wants to compete, just jump in. After 10 minutes, I'll be closing the signups. Thank you very much, Subu, for helping out. Hopefully, you see you in the next one as well. It's been a long ride, but
Hmm.
we're getting close to the end. Now it's the one that counts the most.